Okay. I think it was a mistake putting you in there because you are absolutely out of control. Today is March something. I'm sorry. March 29th. Today is March 29th, and I'm going to be doing my sweet potato slips. Now, if you don't have any slips yet, you've still got plenty of time because I can't put my slips into the ground for another 2 months. So what I wanted to do was show you the process of making these slips, and then you can make your own sweet potatoes. Now, all you have to do is take one sweet potato. I found it. So this is an organic sweet potato that I got from the health food store. I'm going to show you how to turn this sweet potato into dozens of slips that you can grow over and over again and save the sweet potatoes and just keep doing this over and over every year, and you'll have sweet potatoes coming out of your ears. So I'm going to show you how to turn. Now, if you haven't done it yet, don't worry about it because you still have plenty of time. The thing with sweet potatoes is you can't really grow them if it's going to get below 50 degrees at night. And so here it's still getting down in the 30s, and I can't plant them out yet. So it's going to take you a few weeks to get your slips going, and so you've got plenty of time wherever you live to create your slips and get them into the ground. So, okay, so I've got my sweet potato, and I've got this big wide mouth mason jar, and I'm going to submerge this halfway into the water. So let's do that now. I'll bring you in closer. Let me show you how hot it gets in here. Look at this. I had this tray in here. Didn't think it was going to get that hot. Look what it did to it. So these greenhouses get really hot. So if you've seen these thousands of videos out there of people growing avocado from a seed, they're submerging it using toothpicks, same kind of concept. So what I do is I take and just put I take these, if you're wondering, that's paint on my hand, I've been painting. I take 4 toothpicks and put it around the outside like this, and then just submerge this like that, and then I just leave it. And then now some people will say make sure that you change the water regularly. I don't do that, but you can if you want to. The water just does get really brown, but I haven't found a need to do that. The water will evaporate, so what you're going to do is if it starts getting down about halfway of the submerged portion, like this is all submerged, so if it gets down to about here, I fill it back up toward the top and just keep water in it because it'll evaporate. And then after about 6 weeks, let me show you what you get. And then after about 6 weeks, you get this. This is about 6 or just about 7 weeks old, this one is. And look, it just keeps on going. Look at this, it just keeps going here. But the story's not over here with this. I'm going to show you how to pull these slips off and make multiple plants from these slips here. So you'll notice that they're all attached here, right? Just this is where it starts out. But you'll notice that it grows up and it creates a node right here. This is one of these leaves come off of here. That's a node. And that could actually turn into a root system. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nodes just on this short little 12-inch plant right here, or vine. And then all this is the same. This one here, all the same. So I'm going to bring you in. I'm going to show you how to cut these into multiple plants. So let me show you what I've been doing here. Let's pull off one of these. See this here that's got the roots attached to it? Let's take that vine right off of there. Look at all that root system. So what I do is, since a lot of these leaves have actually fallen off, I just leave a couple nodes. You don't have to. A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll just cut right below the node, and then they'll just cut the next one up right underneath this node, and they'll just have one. And that works perfectly fine too. I've always left 2 nodes, right? So I cut this like that, and then I just submerge that right there. And that way what happens is there's already some stem growing here, some leaves growing. And I think it just makes for a healthier one. I may be totally off my rocker, but I've seen a lot of people will just cut this like this and cut underneath the next one. So they've got one node at the bottom, and then they plant that, and Everything works out perfectly fine for them. I just haven't, I don't do it that way. I've always just kind of been told, I don't know, you just get set in ways. But I always have 2 nodes like that. Don't know why I've always done it that way, but you probably do not have to. So I've seen it both ways. And yeah, so if I just keep cutting these, I'm going to have absolutely at least 2 or 3 dozen, oh yeah, at least from this one sweet potato. And then what's going to happen is later on down the road, I'm going to have sweet potatoes growing, and then I'm going to pull some of them out and make new slips for next year. And by the time you're done, you have tons and tons of sweet potatoes all over your yard if you want to. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put these in water. So I'll put them in water, submerge them most of the way, and then they'll start producing roots just like this. So all of these slips here will produce roots, and this one here is pretty much spent. I probably could put this back in water. If I put it back in the water, I'm sure it's going to keep producing. I just don't, because I don't need to have 300 slips. I've already got about 40 slips right here, which is plenty for me. So I'm going to go ahead and throw these in water, and we are ready to go. Now we've still got a couple months. Now, see, look at this. They just go on forever. Now, if you live in the south where it's 50 degrees at night or higher, then you can go ahead and plant these slips directly into the ground. You don't have to root them in water. You can just put them right in the ground, and they should take off. The thing about that is, if you do, make sure that you keep them well watered. They have to be moist, consistently moist all the time for them to produce those roots. That's why a lot of people start them in water, because that way they get a good healthy root system, and then you plant them that way. So you could do it either way, but just make sure that you don't put them out if it's below 50 degrees at night, because they do not like that. So I have 2 months left before I can plant any slips outside. And so this critter here is going to produce even more slips for me, and I'll have more slips than I know what to do with. I'll probably give half of these away to my neighbors, because yeah, there's just way too many. But so that's all there is to growing a ton of sweet potatoes from one store-bought sweet potato. It's just this guy will, he's already so okay, see this here? It's already starting to produce even more new ones right there. And so this thing just keeps on producing, and so I could put this back in water and make even more. But I wanted to show you how to do it with that new one. Well, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and hit the bell so you'll get notified when I upload a new video. We'll catch you guys later. Look at all those roots.